Oh, hey, sorry, I was busy educating myself. So, today I have here with me, what was your name again?
Angela.
Angela?
But I actually go by Angie.
Angie.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful name. I'm glad God named you that.
My mom made me that, but thank you.
God works through your mother to name you things. That's how it works.
And what was your name?
Well, my name is Joseph. Kind of like the stepfather of Jesus.
Do you go by Joe?
No, that's blasphemy. I go by what God named me. God named me Joseph. That's why I don't think you should go by the name Angie. Angela is the proper... Did you say Angela?
Angelica? Angela.
Angela is your proper God-given name. You should respect that. You should respect God, and you should respect your mother.
I mean, I totally respect my mom. Like, I grew up in a very nice household. She was very kind to me, you know. She let me do whatever I wanted. And, I don't know, I just go by Angie. It's just what I like. I also will take Angela. I mean, it's also my name, but Angie's also my name. So I would respect it if you just called me Angie.
If you truly cared about your mother...
My... What the fuck is she doing in the background?
If you truly cared about your mother...
Oh no, that's expensive.
If you truly cared about your mother...
My mom calls me Angie. My mom calls me Angie, calls me Angela. My family calls me either Angie or Angela. Like, it's very, back and forth, It's just how what nicknames are. Like, you never had, like, a nickname when you were growing up, like Sweetie, Cutie Pie, Pumpkin Pie. It's the same thing.
I can't believe your parents are going against God's will. God worked his spirit.
You don't think, like, Joseph, when he was up there in the Bible or whatever, like, someone came up to him and was like, hey, Joe. It's probably in there in the Bible somewhere.
Do you know...
You got a picture book one? I didn't know they made those.
It gives visuals to it. Look at that. I mean, look.
It says, hey, Joe.
Does that say Joe to you?
It didn't even say Joseph.
God, it works. When God wants to call you something, he calls you by your full name. Not some nickname, not some half-butted name. He calls you exactly what you were called at birth.
Okay. I could see we definitely have, like, disagreeing things, but it's, like, it's totally just an opinion. But, like,
That's fine, that's fine.
I still think you should just respect what I want to be called. And if God was, real, he would want me to call myself whatever I want to be called.
Wait. Do you not believe in God?
No, not necessarily. Not really like God that may be depicted in like the Bibles. Maybe more like a spiritual entity or something.
What are your parents? Are your parents believers?
No, they didn't grow up believers either. My grandma was Christian or Catholic. I don't know. They're interchangeable, so she was one of those too.
There's a very big difference.
I don't think there is.
There's a very big difference. Look, Catholics believe in the sanctity of Mother Mary. And in reality, she doesn't even matter. What matters is only Jesus, because he is the Son of God.
Yeah, wasn't Mother Mary the one that birthed her? And, like, she's a woman, so we should probably give her, like, the love and support that she deserves.
We shouldn't be praying to a person that is undeserving of it.
But
she
carried Jesus.
She was a vessel for the birth.
Yeah, but you respect
God.
your mother, right? You respect your mom, right?
Yes, but I would never pray to my mother.
Yeah, but you would respect her. You would have this, like, respect for her. Just be like, wow, thank you, mother, for carrying me, for taking care of me, for providing me nutrients when I was in her womb,
You should definitely have reverence for your mother. You should have reverence for the mother of... Oops.
We were recording.
It's going. Oh.
That's why you gotta just leave it down.
Oh gosh. Oh, you should have reverence for your mother.
You should probably put that down. God might want you to put it down.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You should have reverence for your mother, and you should have reverence for Mother Mary, but to pray to her is blasphemy, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, I don't pray to anything, so, like, I guess I can agree with you on that.
If you don't pray, how do you feel good about yourself at night?
I just feel good about myself. I'm confident in what I do and who I want to be, and, like, I'm a 10 out of 10, 100%.
Well, that's only because, even if you don't realize it, God is working through you to really make you into who you are.
I'm already who I am, and I don't think God...
To the help of
Are we
God.
getting too, like, actually real right now? This is starting to sound actually like a conservative and a liberal. Ooh, this is getting kind of touchy.
I'm Catholic.
I'm Christian. You know what? Let's just get back to like the topic we were actually here for. We were talking about alcohol. Actually, that's why you saw one of my videos that I posted about how I think children should be able to drink alcohol.
I think that's a crime. I think that's a crime against God's will, if you ask me.
God shouldn't drink what? What's his will? That we shouldn't drink alcohol?
No. It's abundantly clear in the Bible. You're only allowed to drink when you hit a certain age. And a child is too young to be intaking something that inebriates you.
I'd have to disagree.
Why would you disagree with me?
I just think we need to normalize being able to explore ourselves, especially at a young age, because we're so malleable and we want to be able to gather all information as possible. And being drunk is like the best way to do it. Haven't you ever been drunk and you're just like, I just learned something about myself? Like, I just learned that I can't eat hot Cheetos and drink. You know?
I've never gotten drunk. I've only teetered on the...
Dude, show the camera how much you're drinking. You're totally gonna get drunk off that.
This is 2%. It's mostly grape juice.
And how many have you had?
I've had a lot of grape juices before this. I just poured a little bit of wine into it.
Okay, but this... So I brought you actually something because I see that I've looked at your channel a little bit and I know that you like wines. And so I got you this. And this is the first one I tried when I was 8 years old. It's not a joke. I drank the whole bottle, me and my friend.
I greatly appreciate you giving me this wine. Wine was Jesus's preferred drink.
I would have thought it was like, I don't know, apple juice.
Apple juice was actually a close second. It's not a bad guess. But wine was number one. But he waited till he was old enough to.
How old is that?
Old enough, like, he said specifically 32. That was the year he died.
So he never got to drink wine?
Oh, he drank wine just for like a year, though.
Oh.
Like, he would turn water into wine, but he would never drink it.
And how old are you?
I'm like 46.
Agency's good, huh? Shit, okay. Well, what about the people that identify as a different age?
No, we're not good.
Come on, let's do it.
So when you were 8, you identified as how old?
I was just 8. I personally don't identify as a different age, but I know that there are other people out there that do identify as different ages or age ranges. I know there's some people who identify as being like 30, 100 years old, and some that identify as like -12.
So let me get this straight.
And like they don't pretend to be like in caskets and stuff.
So let me get this straight. So a 46-year-old can identify as a 5-year-old and go to kindergarten? Is that what you're saying? I
think 100% they should be able to do that. It's their human right to be able to be who they want to be. And I think God would want you to be who you wanted to be.
I think God has set certain restrictions for you to be a certain way. And one of those restrictions is that we age in a certain way. We don't look 5 when we're 8. We don't look 6 when we're 10. Yeah, but it's all about the
mindset. Like, I can have the mindset of being like a younger person, you know? And that's why when I was 8, I had the mindset of being older. And I was like, yeah, I should be able to drink this. And I got drunk and it was great. Like, I had a hangover the next day. I had to go to school. I felt like, you know, I was like kind of an adult. And then as I got older, I learned way much more about myself and my identity and who I was. you know, rather than probably starting at drinking at 21 and not finding who I wanted to be.
I need some grape juice for this.
Me too. But this is yours. I actually brought another one for myself. I drank this one at 3. Only a sip though. My mom wouldn't let me finish the whole thing.
And why not?
Because at 3 years old, you shouldn't drink the whole thing because you get a tummy ache. But you can drink just in increments. I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to throw me off. But no. You can still drink.
I think there's a little bit of fallacies in your argument. So, a newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a mother does as...
They can have a drop.
Yeah.
Because I will say there are things, like, if you do give, like, babies some, like, you know, the alcohol and stuff, it will, like, fuck up their brain development. So that's why you start small and you go bigger. That's why the age you hit, 32, is when you think you should be able to drink. You can drink, like, 12 gallons and you'll be all right.
In the Bible, Jesus said himself that if you drink under the age of 32, you're more likely to create brain abnormalities in yourself.
What type of brain abnormalities?
Like cutting that part.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
You can get Down syndrome. Like as late as the age of 27, you can get Down syndrome by drinking. You can get what's it called? Psychopathic tendencies.
Down syndrome is a genetic disorder. You know that, right? You get at birth. You don't develop Down syndrome.
No. Jesus said himself that if you drink alcohol, there's like a 30% chance you'll get Down syndrome. There's a 30% chance you'll get...
It's okay, I work with them.
There's a 30% chance. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like, you know, like you just have to be aware of like, if you don't want that kind of a lifestyle, you just can't drink until like at least 32.
At least 32. So, when did you get married? Or are you married? Sorry. Are you married?
No, I'm celibate. I actually have never.
Okay, what about like a New Year's Eve? You never like have a little celebratory drink, or at someone's birthday party, celebratory drink, church, communion?
I only drink in church. Primarily. The only reason I give myself a little bit of leeway right now.
A little bit.
I was reading the Bible.
Your children's Bible. Look at her in the background. The camera. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just because it says children's Bible. She looked like that. Oh. Just because it says children's Bible does not mean that the contents of the stories are for children.
Can I look at it?
It's just meant to be digestible for children.
Do you mind if I look?
Go for it. Maybe you'll learn something.
Maybe I will from this picture book. Let's see. There's not a lot of words in here. Just a lot of pictures.
It's to make it digestible. It's good to... I'm reading it right now to make sure...
Space. This is just a whole picture.
I'm reading it...
And who's this? Is Jesus?
No. That's Solomon.
Who's
Kids
Solomon?
these days.
I'm not a kid.
Well, you sure are acting like it by the way you're describing this Bible.
I mean, it's a children's book.
I'm reading that to make sure that it's good enough for my youth group to read. And so far, it's good stuff. It's pretty...
Oh, so you have a youth group?
I do.
And so do you... What was that I saw?
Probably something educational.
No. I did not see. Where did it go? I swear I just saw starving animals. Did your religion practice veganism?
We practice, yes, we primarily eat bread and wood. Or bread and fish. Sometimes wood.
Bread and wood? Wait, wood?
Sometimes.
Wait, why would you eat wood, though?
There's a lot of sustenance in the sap.
Why not just collect the sap and eat just the sap?
There's a lot of flavor in the wood itself.
Well, because, veganism is the way to go, right? Because you're really killing animals. You're taking their identity away, their personality away. They're living human beings.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're practically humans.
They're vessels that God created so that we can eat.
No, they're reincarnations of humans.
What do you believe? What is your belief system?
I'm getting off track. I can't find the picture.
Honestly, I would rather you didn't touch this Bible. If you feel like you're not gonna...
Wait. I can't touch your Bible? I thought you were a youth group bachelor. You're supposed to let people touch things.
You're too old.
How old do you think I am?
42?
I literally told you.
42. I'm not a good listener. I'm good at preaching.
But
not
you
so
don't...
much good at learning.
Did you drink at a young age?
I drank before 27. No. I didn't touch alcohol until I was 32.
But you're... You're 40 right now?
I'm 46.
46.
You gotta learn how to listen. Just a little bit. You gotta learn how to listen just a tad.
Okay, so... But, like, honestly, though, why can't children... Okay, what would be the... Take the God out of the equation. Take the age out of the equation. The 32 number that you have in your head. What would be the lowest number that you could go to for a child to be drinking? To start drinking?
I would not even cross that. A child should not be able to drink.
No, but, okay, when do you become an adult, then?
You become an adult at 32. That is the age that Jesus was
32,
when he died.
so you're saying you shouldn't be a legal adult, be able to do anything legal without your parents' permission until the age of 32?
Exactly.
What if your parents die before the age of 32?
You go to apostasy.
Is that what happened to you? Because I saw your parents were dead. So you were in foster care until the age of 32.
Well, I didn't want to talk about that, but yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to put you in any, like...
For 8 years, I was in foster care.
8 years.
Unfortunately, like, I was the oldest one there. Everyone else was...
12?
12 newborns, all that, like, from that age range right there.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you?
24, I want to say.
And they allowed you to go in? Because that's not a...
I mean, I helped out a little bit.
Oh, so
and
you
they like that, yeah. I prayed to them. I prayed to the other kids.
What'd you pray to them about?
Well, I just I prayed to them about like your salvation.
Mm-hmm.
I prayed to them about like becoming an adult one day.
But they're not. But you're not even an adult though.
I know it was like a group prayer. That's why I'm like holding their hands. I'm like, let us please turn 32 one day. So they're full adults.
But so
you can serve in the military and buy liquor. And...
So can you date between the ages of 0 to 32?
No.
So you can't. So what about all
unless
the people,
you want to get married?
So you can get married as a child. That's what you're saying in your eyes. If adulthood is 32, you could get married at 27, which is technically a child.
Only if it's permitted by the parents. Yes.
What if the parents say no and you're madly in love with this person?
And then you can't.
I think that's outrageous.
You have to obey your parents.
That's just silly.
God said it himself.
That's just silly.
Not Jesus. God, the Father, said it himself that you must obey your parents. He told Moses that. He was like, hey, Moses, like, you need to obey your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, shit, I'm only like 34 or 31 right now. So I'm like, he was like, oh, I guess I have to believe or I have to pray to my parents.
How much wine have you drank? So I'm 22 and I'm in a relationship right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that. Me and my partner, we are madly in love. We want to get married. Zim really likes to go.
don't go there. No.
Come on, Zim.
I want to put this on YouTube.
Oh shit. Okay. Because me being the...
You and your partner. So when you say partner, what do you mean?
my partner, my relationship that I have with another person. Romantically.
Wait.
They're your partner.
Wait. Are you married?
No.
How are you? You can't be in a romantic relationship with someone unless you're married.
No, you totally can. That's how you don't just jump right into a relationship.
It's exactly what you do. You court
That's not healthy.
You court the person for
Courting
a little
is
bit.
dating.
No, you're just like, hey, how's it going? Like, hey, here's a rose. Here's a Bible.
That's dating. That's flirting. A Bible.
Yeah, that's how you know if you guys have the same values.
And if they're not, I don't know if. So you're Christian?
Yes.
I've
Deeply.
never met.
What?
You're like frightening right now.
What?
It's not recording.
It's okay. The cameras will pick it up.
Oh, shoot.
Deeply so.
Yeah, I never really was religious. So.
Well, you should be.
What would you say to me as someone who doesn't believe in God, who thinks you could get married whenever you want, who thinks you should be able to drink whenever you want, whatever age? What should I do? What in your?
I would say start praying now.
Praying to who?
Praying
To your sky daddy?
He is the sky father. He's the father of all.
He's daddy.
He is. I think the only way to come back at this point, and God is very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
You need to first repent.
What does that mean?
You need to pray for forgiveness. You need to be like, God, like, I'm so sorry I have a partner. I don't even know what that entails, really. But I'm sorry I have a partner and not a husband.
Do you watch TV?
Or
because there's so many romance movies out there, so many movies.
I've dabbled in TV.
And there's probably a lot of movies that have romance in it, right? And that's what a partner is.
I think that those are only appropriate if they get married within that movie.
And what if they weren't? Because most of these movies, people don't get married at the age of right at 32. They usually get married 20s.
Well, honestly, society has amplified, has fuck, what am I saying?
This is a hard one.
Yeah. A society is pushing these values that are immoral, like having a relationship before marriage, drinking before the age of 32, acting like an adult before 32. Like, terrible values that God would not be for at all. It's tearing apart the foundations of American society, if you ask me.
You know who I think you would get along with? I did a podcast not too long ago with this same man. He was also a Christian, and he really thought that you should actually kill babies. And he did another podcast with another girl, and she was like, no, that's immoral. And he basically said, he's like, I would abort you to her.
I think abortion of all sorts is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A person like that, I would say that he's probably going to go to hell. And a person like that should be locked up. To even suggest taking the lives of an innocent baby, an innocent child. If you take the life of someone under the age of 32, you're killing a child.
So you could kill someone at 40 and get away with it. So I could kill you and be okay.
It would still be wrong. Don't get me wrong.
But I could kill you and you'd be okay.
No, it would still be a crime. It would still be wrong.
But not abortion.
But there's something so viscerally wrong with taking
Killing
the life
a 27-year-old.
Yes, a child. To take the life of a child. Sorry, this grape juice is getting to me.
See, if you would have drank it at the age of 3, enough. This wouldn't be hitting you so hard. I literally took 3 bottles of tequila before this podcast, and look at me, I'm fine. It's because I've built up an intolerance since I was 3 years old. And my mom would dribble alcohol from her fingertip as she breastfed me. Like this.
I think that doing that puts the child at harm. Not
There's
just,
no scientific evidence for it.
well, I'm not saying physically of harm. I'm saying harm of going to hell.
I'm not going to hell.
You
I don't
you were
believe
drinking-
in hell.
you
Hell
were-
is not a thing.
well, you're gonna start believing the minute you get there. Because you're gonna get there.
Kind of look like Fred right now. Ah!
to forsake the laws that Jesus has written down, one of the laws being to do not drink until you are an adult.
At 32.
It's a terrible, terrible thing that your mother has put this onto you.
She hasn't put anything onto me. I came up with this
She
idea
put
when I
sin.
was 3.
She put sin onto you.
No, when I was 3 years old,
At 3, you were too young to even truly comprehend.
No, you know what you want to be when you're 3. When you're 3 years old, you know. Like, I already knew something was off with me when I went to school and I saw all my friends just drinking water, apple juice. And I was like, no, I want alcohol. Like, I want tequila. This is who I am. I am an alcoholic. And so I went to my mother and I said, Mom, I'm an alcoholic. And she's like, you're right. If that's what you want to be, baby, then we're going to help you get there. And we went to the doctors and they put me on some hardcore alcohol suppressants, or apple juice suppressants, my bad, and then gave me alcohol additives shots. So I had to take shots of alcohol, tequila, and vodka shots through my veins for about 12 months before I became a full-time alcoholic. And I'm fine.
You say alcoholic, but in the words of Jesus, you are a sinner.
Maybe in the words of Jesus, but I don't believe in Jesus, so it's fine.
Jesus believes in you.
Does he? I don't have any proof.
You don't have proof? You get your proof right here. Jesus probably said your name somewhere in here.
What was my name?
Is it David?
Angie.
Angela.
Angie.
Your God-given name.
Okay, Joe.